Here's your Amped 3.0 video practice. I'm going to try to keep it to about 30 minutes. And just so you know, the way these videos will be, I'm going to wear whatever I had on during the day. I'm not going to do my hair. This is going to be nothing fancy. I did clear off my counter, but I just want to be able to make this obstacle free so that I will be able to make these videos for you regularly. What we'll do then for this Amped 3.0 practice is work on the core sequence that happens in the beginning, so lots of conditioning. And then we'll follow that with the sun salutes that are specific to the peak pose that we're working towards. And we'll see how far we get in about a 30-minute video, okay? And I will be, as I always do at class, referring to this, okay? Just like at class. So take a moment and center. So root down evenly through both your sits bones, rise up through the center of your body, rest your hands so your arms can be relaxed, close your eyes, and rest your awareness in the entire space occupied by your body. Move your awareness to the opening at the bottom of the rib cage. You want to feel that opening expand on the inhale in all directions, and then on the exhale you try to move the bottom front ribs back into your body. So inhale, expand the entire perimeter. Exhale, focus on flattening the front of that perimeter back into your body. And set an intention for your practice. On an exhale, lower your chin. Inhale, raise your head, open your eyes, and let's hit the core. So we won't have our playlist playing during this video because I think you'll have an easier time hearing me if we don't. But the playlist is posted on the website, so you can play that along with your sequence, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, since we're working up to scorpion pose, which is an arm balance on your forearms and requires a lot of strength across your front body, so you're upside down on your forearms, we're going to work on that strength across the bottom part of the front body. So the first thing we do is a plank on the knees. So you're going to take it to plank on the knees, and elbows will be directly beneath the shoulders or maybe even slightly ahead to put ease in the shoulders. Drop your chest down the arm bones and then lift your right leg up off of the floor. We're going to stay here for several breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. So there'll be a tendency for us to, keep breathing, tendency for us to lift the hip up as we get uncomfortable. And your challenge is, can you keep the hip dropped, but also draw your pubic bone towards your navel so that you're really strong across the front of the core. Inhale. Exhale, number X. Inhale. Exhale. How about one more? Inhale. Exhale. So we place that leg down, and then we get to work on the other side. Okay, so extending the other leg back up behind you. Drawing that pubic bone towards the navel. You can release the top of the foot down. Will actually make it a little more difficult. And then inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Your foot doesn't have to come far off the floor. It's actually harder if it's lower. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Drop your chest. Inhale, move your chest forward. Exhale, 4. I have my palms up. It helps me feel a little bit more at ease. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. That might seem like about the same number we did on the other side. We're going to give it one more. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Drop the knee down. Okay, so now we're going to lower it down. Interlace your fingers behind your back, moving on the breath. Press your feet down. They don't need to come up. but they'll come up a little bit. Inhale to raise up through the upper body, pull the back of the neck back. Exhale, release, turn your head to the side. Okay? So inhale, strong back, push back through the knuckles. Exhale, release, turn the other way. Inhale, using the primary muscles of back bending. Exhale, release. So you want to feel the muscles all along your spine contracting to lift you up. And then let's do a hold. And this time let your feet come off the floor. So we're going to hold it up, let your feet come up. And sometimes I make you do crazy things for your hips. Let's try that. Inhale, heels wide. Exhale, heels together. Squash your palms together as you're holding this up, and it'll give you a different sensation through the arms and shoulders. Heels wide, inhale. Exhale them together. 2 more. Inhale the heels wide. Keep lifting through the upper body. Press back through the knuckles. And 1 more. Okay, release it down. Go palms together overhead. Rest your forehead. Breathe up and down your spine. All right. Slide your hands 1/3 of the way down the ribs. We're going to plank up from the floor. We're just going to go through some plankings and cobras. Okay? So hug the midline. Take a big inhale. So when I say hug the midline, take your ankles literally together and squeeze them. And you'll find this will lighten up your lower body, but it will also fire some muscles through your core. Lift your shoulders off the floor, but not a ton. If you take them too high, you lose the power of your core. So you're taking them up just a little, back in the body. Take your gaze out just a little. On your next exhale then, squeezing at the midline, plank it up. All right, so now we're gonna move on the breath. Drop your chest. Get your plank nice and aligned, hips in the line between heels and shoulders. Inhale, exhale to lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release down. Curl the toes under. Inhale, plank. So we're going to be planking up on the inhale from now on. Exhale to lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. So remember in cobra, inhale, plank. In cobra, you're going to want to make sure that you're using the primary muscles of the back, because now your hands are on the floor, and you don't want to use arms as the primary mover of the pose. Right? They are not providing the primary force. The primary force is the muscles of the back bending your back. Secondarily, your hands are pressing down and back. This is about the time that I usually ask people, how many more do you want to do? Let's do 1 more. Squeeze the midline, inhale off the floor, and exhale back down. Ah, it's done. So palms together overhead. So now bend your right knee, take hold of it. Stage 1 is pull your heel in close to your sits bone and push way back through your knee. So there's a pulling in, but there's also a pushing back through the knee, and you'll feel more of your quadricep receive a stretch. And now we're going to move on the breath. I found out people don't really like this one, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And it's a great way to work on back bending one side of the body at a time. So now your hand is extended out in front of you. And on the inhale, you're going to push back through the foot, slide that hand back. And on the exhale, go back to the position we were just in. Heel in and the knee pressing back. So the inhale is slide it back, push back, roll shoulder back. Exhale is release. Moving on the breath. last one. Make it a good one. Then we're going to slide the hand back so it's more of a cobra position for you. Roll that shoulder way back, press way back and up through that back leg. Release, palms together overhead. Breathe up the spine, inhale, down the spine, exhale. Then we're going to bend in left. Heel pulling in, so using the strength of your arm to help with that. And then internally try to push the knee back. All right, and then we're going to hold on to the top of the foot. Moving on your breath. Inhale, the muscles of the back are working as well as your leg. Your leg is working to press you back. The exhale, release, heel to sits bone, and press back through your knee. So inhale to raise it up, sliding the hand back. Exhale to release it down. Heel to sits bone, press the knee back. So you can alternate which side you start with, because inevitably I am not going to end up doing the same number on each side. All right, so the next time that we come up, we'll hold it. Now the fun part, slide the hand back more so you can get that left shoulder in line with the right one, roll it back, press back and up through your back leg. Release, palms together overhead. Okay, finally get to get you standing now. So we'll take the burden off of the upper body and we'll work into the lower body and the back a little bit. So if you feel like planking up from the floor, awesome. Coming into a down dog, great. So now we move into the lower body. We're going to do some work with dynamic chair pose. And what that's going to do is going to continue with this working of the back, using the primary muscles of the back to bend you back. So set your feet up hip width apart, straight ahead. And then on an inhale, we're going to take the arms up, press up in this Kali Mudra, arc it back. Exhale, coming to chair. Inhale, arms wide, contracting muscles of upper back. Exhale, palms back together, Kali Mudra. Inhale up, arc it back. Exhale, back to chair. Drop the seat. Inhale, wide. And exhale, the palms together. Inhaling up. Push down through the heels as you arc back. Sit in the heels as you come to chair. As you open up here, lift up through the chest. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, raising. Exhale, the chair. Inhale to open it, using the muscles of the back. Exhale, back to here. Back bends always make me smile. All right, so let's do a hold in the back bend this time. Push down through the heels, lift up, arc back. Raise it, sit back in the chair. We'll do a hold with the arms open. And then try to draw the shoulders, fronts of shoulders, away from each other. You're pulling them apart. If you put palms up and you try to reach out through the fingertips with bent arms, it's going to help with that. Raise your arms up. Lift the heart up into the space between the hands. Sit deeper. Lift higher. Next exhale, fold it. In forward fold, let your weight shift forward then onto the balls of the feet. Knees can be slightly bent. Let your head go so your neck is releasing and you're getting some good traction along the spine. hands to heart center. Recall your intention that you set at the beginning. And let's move through Sun Salute or 2. We'll see where we get to in this 30-minute practice, okay? So, feet are hip width apart near the top of your mat. Leave a little space out in front of you for this Sun Salute. Inhale, Tadasana, Kali Mudra, arc it back. Exhale to forward fold, spine straight as long as you can, and then let it round. Inhale to extension. Exhale, place your hands, lean into them, get light on the feet. Take an inhale here, and then on the exhale, you're going to step or jump back, Chaturanga. A jump back is going to move your chest forward. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, take your right leg up. Exhale, sweep it forward, warrior 1 stance. We're going to raise up with that Kali Mudra again. All kinds of variations that you can do in your warrior sequence and in your sun salutes, and we're just doing these to try to prepare us more for the peak pose. We're working towards the scorpion pose, forearm balance with a back bend. Straighten up through the front leg. And then bend your elbows. You're going to rest your palms at the base of your skull. Push your head back into that, and then coming forward, drop your left bottom rib, extend forward, keep pressing the head back into the hands, lift the elbows up, breathe. Can you get lower? Can you lift the elbows higher? Can you pull the head back more? Then we're going to extend forward, palms together, place the pinky side of your hands on a block out in front of you. I don't have one, so you can also use the floor. Then you're going to drop the head down through the arm bones. Breathe. And then bend into this knee, step it back to down dog. On an inhale, come all the way through to up dog, so the arms will stay straight. Pull the chest ahead of the upper arm bones. On the exhale, Chaturanga, chest moves way forward. Inhale to up dog, and exhale to down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, sweep it forward, warrior 1. Raise it up. Interlace the fingers to Kali Mudra, and do it the awkward way, so the way that you don't normally fold your hands. On an inhale, straightening up the front leg, bending at the elbows. The palms are at the base of the skull. Draw that left bottom rib forward, come to extension. So getting the bottom ribs even is going to help this pose work the way that it's supposed to work. Drop the left bottom rib. See if you can get the head pressing up into the hands more, lift through the elbows, drop the chest. And then extend forward. We're going to rest on the pinky side of the hands. And let your head drop down between the upper arm bones. And bend into the knee. Step it back to down dog. Look between your hands, step or hop to the front of the mat, extension posture, and then exhale to fold. Take an extra breath. Feet come together at the forefoot, slightly apart at the heel. Lift the inner arch up. Inhale to chair. Okay, so in chair pose, squeeze the knees together and get that lift of the arch going up towards the inner knee. Okay, from here, hands come to heart center. Inhale, take the crown of your head forward, the hips back. We're going to twist it to the right. So you're just spinning around this axis that you've created. Push downward through your right palm and let that action go all the way down through your right foot. You're pushing downward and forward with your right foot. Roll your right shoulder back. Reach your left hip back. So it's like the left outer hip is wrapping back in the room. On an inhale, come to chair. Exhale, hands to heart center. Raise it up, and then we're going to arc it to the right. So push down for your left foot to anchor the root of the lateral. Get your arms as straight as you can so you're getting a pull both from the bottom of the system and the top of the system. Inhale up. Exhale, chair. Crown of your head forward, hips backward, and then spin around the axis. Spinning left. Left palm down into right. Left foot downward forward into the floor. Left shoulder back. Wrap the outer right hip back. Breathe. Inhale back to chair. Hands to heart center. All the way up. Push down for your right foot. Arc it left. Anchoring the bottom and the top of the system so you can make the most space in between those points. Inhale up. Hands to heart center. Recall your intention. All right, so we'll do one more sun salute, and in this one we're going to get a little bit more into a stretch aspect. All right, so a stretch aspect that's going to help us eventually with where we're headed with our peak pose. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, the forward fold. Inhale, extension. Exhale, place your hands, lean into them. Take an inhale here. Get really light, see about hopping back, taking the chest forward. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale it forward to lunge stance, okay? So side to side as wide as the hips on the ball of the back foot. Raise it up, interlace the fingers, squash the palms together, and try to pull up and back through the hands. They're coming off of the back and to the back. Pull your neck back. Breathe. Let's drop this knee. All right, so from here, we're going to come into a twist that's also going to stretch our lower left leg, lower body on the left side, I should say. Okay, so it starts off, and let's just get our leg a little bit more open, our front hip a little bit more open, dropping the elbows down. This might be on blocks. Take the elbows at below the shoulders or a little bit ahead of them. Okay, release top of the foot. Raise up onto your left hand. Turn the chest towards the right foot and bend that left knee. Take hold of it with the right hand. Try to take that heel in nice and close and start to push your chest towards your right leg. This is going to be kind of like a bowing off to the left side of your mat. And then you can lower your left arm down if that's appropriate for you, working to keep the elbow ahead of or just below the shoulder, and then push the chest towards the thigh, but bow back to the left. All right, let's release that. Nice work. I'm sure you did very nice work. So let's step it back, down dog. Let's just inhale through to an up dog. Come on the tops of your feet. Take a few breaths. How much lift can you get of that chest up? How much arc backward through using the muscles of your back can you bend back? And then back to down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, take it forward to the lunge. Okay. Side to side as wide as the hips. We're going to come up, interlace fingers the awkward way behind your back. Keep the heels of the hands together. So sometimes we try to do this and the heels start to come apart, but squash the palms together, including the heels. And you're pressing back through the hands. Let your head come back. Releasing. Okay, drop the knee. Take a moment here, let the hip release. Drop the top of the foot. Lower down, elbows slightly ahead of shoulders. Let the space behind your heart, the heart center, let that drop in. So that's right between the shoulder blades. Let it drop and try to push the chest a little more forward in the room. And then we go into the twisting back bend thing, okay? So right hand plants, left hand finds the foot, draw that foot in, and start to move chest towards the thigh, but bow the body to the right. Right, so we're bowing to the right, chest pushing towards the thigh. Your knee might rock out a little bit. And then we're gonna go ahead and drop this left arm down if it's appropriate, okay? And continue that action. Push the chest towards the thigh, but bow the body back to the left. All right, let us release from that. Raise up off the knee, step it back to down dog. And look between your hands, step or hop to the front of the mat. Extend, and then fold. Take an extra breath. All right, let's take the feet together at the forefoot. Lift from the inner arches up to the knees. Bend the knees and squeeze the knees together. Raise up, Kali Mudra. And then take that out in front of you. And then come on your tiptoes. So we're going to just hold it here. See if you can get the shoulders back in the body a little more. Okay, drop the heels, forward bend. You can do this with your feet together as long as it feels fine, otherwise you'll take them hip width apart. Maybe your knees are starting to straighten now a little bit more too. All right, on inhale, we'll come all the way up. We'll do the Kali Mudra. We'll arc back, push down through heels. Raise up, hands to heart center. Recall your intention. All right, so in the interest of time with this video, we're going to stop it there, and that gives you a good half of the practice that we do in class. And finish it off then. If you'd like to do wheel pose, it's a good time to do that here, and then following wheel pose, maybe doing down dog to pigeon pose works great for release after you've done your wheel pose. So take a little bit of time to counter some of the active work that we did, and then we'll see you in class. And be sure to ask questions when we do have our chatty yoga sessions where you have the opportunity for Q&A. Ask questions on any of this stuff in the video or anything that we do in class. And then just continue on this path of empowerment that we're on. Thanks, everybody. Namaste.